Go on.
Mr. Shelby, this arrived from New York. It's from Winston Churchill. He says he was in New York and had dinner with Charlie Chaplin, and Chaplin mentioned your name.
So I was in New York, and he doesn't mention the crash.
No. Even though in the bar last night, Mr. Churchill's private secretary reckoned he lost £75,000 in 2 hours. And you? Were you affected, Mr. Shelby?
I'm going to my apartment. Adam, you look up.
Sorry, Mr. Shelby, you have one more appointment. You set it yourself, it's in the diary from last week. A journalist from the Times. He used to be with the Birmingham Mail. He sent you some questions. You said you wanted to meet him. He's outside.
Yes. Send him in.
Mr. Shelby, Mr. Levitt from the London Times.
Have a seat. Adam, you go on. I'll lock up.
Mr. Shelby, do you remember me?
No.
Once in Small Heath, you were burning photographs of the King.
London Times, you've done well.
As have you, sir. To put it mildly. I sent you a list of questions.
Yeah, I misplaced them.
Yeah, it was on your plate.
Yes. All I remember is that your questions interested me.
Oh, good. Sorry, it's... yeah. Yes, so, Mr. Shelby, traditionally in this country, print journalists take no interest in the private lives of politicians.
Private lives?
But in these modern times, especially in America, journalists are beginning to, well, that is to say, yes, readers are beginning to say, want to know more about the men who represent them.
Of course, in these modern times.
Whereas before, it would have been seen as ungentlemanly to ask a public figure questions about personal matters or business affairs.
Oh, well, no need to worry. I'm no gentleman.
Mr. Shelby, as I said in my letter, 10 years ago I was a journalist on the Birmingham Evening Mail. And of course, working in that city, it was impossible not to know your name. And your reputation. So when I saw that you had been elected as a socialist...
You reflected on the fact that working people can indeed change their lives for the better. Channel their abilities in new directions, discover better methods, aim for happier outcomes, even win awards for industry. You can write this down, Mr. Levitt.
The question I have for you, Mr. Shelby, is this. Was your conversion from bookmaker to socialist politician a gradual thing, or a road to Damascus experience?
Yeah. Now I hear that question. I remember receiving your letters, and I distinctly remember your use of the word bookmaker.
Were you not a bookmaker, sir?
Yes. I gained a license in 1919 for on-track betting, but since 1923 I've made my fortune in the manufacture, sale and export of motor cars.
And lately gin.
And lately 3 new homes for orphan children. You can write all this down, Mr. Levitt.
I have another question, Mr. Shelby. In Birmingham, the time that I was there was a Major Campbell. He was found dead. A member of your family was charged.
Right, you answer me this. Answer me this. What is a Tory newspaper more afraid of? Is it evolution or revolution? And what What is it about working class men like me, standing up in the House of Commons and speaking from the heart? What is it that so troubles you that you would try to undermine me?
I am talking about specific events, sir.
Which I don't recall. With which I was never personally linked, and after which all convictions were quashed. Yeah, now I recall receiving your letter. And I recall that when I did, I asked a colleague of mine to carry out some research. Just a moment. Here we are. Michael Levitt, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Journalist. Unmarried. Apartment in Maida Vale. Apartment opposite the Underground station. Unmarried is underlined. Mr. Levitt enjoys walks in the park, sometimes alone, sometimes not alone. Sometimes with other men. Sometimes with other men. I'm old-fashioned, Michael. I believe private lives should remain private. Not everything modern is good now, is it? You're gonna write this down in your little fucking book.